As you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to show you how to win every time. I've got a banging FIFA record. I haven't lost on head-to-head seasons. I've got the key. I've got the secret. I got the key to another place. I did really well in the weekend league. Made Division 3 in Rivals. And I think I've got the key to helping you guys who are playing this in isolation and are struggling to improve, win every time, get your players in the right place, score loads of goals, defend really well. So let's get into it. So this is going to be based around Ultimate Team, but it also works for head-to-head seasons. But this is going to be Ultimate Team centric, so I know a lot of you play this game. So the formation I use mainly in Ultimate Team and in head-to-head seasons is 4-2-2-2. These custom tactics I'm about to explain work really well with 4-2-2-2. Once I've explained the logic, then you'll be able to attach it to whatever formation you want, because you know then how the dials work and then how you want to kind of tweak it to make it so that you can play the way you want to play. So for defensive style, I always go for balanced. You don't want to go for anything like constant pressure, pressure after possession loss, pressure after heavy touch. You don't want to do any of those. It eats away at your stamina. When you're playing against really good players on Ultimate Team, they can play around that. They pass it through you. Your players then push up, they can play the long ball, and then you're done. It's game over, it's 1-0. You also don't want to play drop back, because drop back means that they will sit too deep. You invite pressure on. The way that you can sort of play drop back without playing drop back is using the depth and width functions below, which we will get into. You want to be, in the majority, if not all of the situations, be using balanced. You want to be able to control your defenders, and you don't want them doing things that you're not telling them to do. Width. I always have that at 3 or 4, because defensively, the majority of goals you concede are through the middle. You want the battle to be held in the middle of the pitch. Even if they do play wide, your wing back and your cam in this scenario, your left-sided cam or your right-sided cam, will then push out and chase the people on the wing. So you can kind of control and block crosses that way, but you want to kind of keep your team compact. You don't want them spread out. I always have depth at about 3 or 4. I'm going to pick 4 in this one, because what you don't want is your players to be here. So you can see the graphic on the right. As you move up, it kind of shows you where your players are going to sit. If your players are in line with where their strikers are going to be, or you leave that much space between the centre-backs and the goalkeeper, you are just going to get done by the over-the-top through ball or the goalkeeper kick out. What you want to do is set it to about 3 or 4. I pick 4 because you don't want to be too deep. You want to have your players available to do the counter-attack. You don't want to sit too far back. Right, offensive style. I'm going to tell you the one I use, but as you're playing and you've tried this, you can kind of tweak it yourself. So I'll explain each one to you, so then you kind of know which one you want to use based on how you play the game. But ultimately, the way I get this formation to work, I use fast build-up play. So when you get the ball back and you're starting your attack, your players are moving forward. So you're kind of, this is like a counter-attack in a sense. So you've sat a little bit deeper, you've got the ball back in the midfield or defence, and now your 2 cams and your strikers are bombing on. So you can play a little bit of intricate play with your CDMs, find your cam, and then you're away then. And then it's counter-attack city. I think this works really well with this formation because I've got pacey players. I've got Salah and Cam, I've got Mane and Cam, then I've got Aubameyang and Aguero. So I've got pacey players that makes this work. If you don't have pacey players, then you can do something like possession, where your players come a bit shorter, they don't run on, they don't try and break the back line. You can kind of pass it through them. Balanced is a bit meh in this. You want your players to instinctively make runs for you because you can't control everyone. You can only control the person with the ball. Yes, you can use LB and RB to tell them to go forward and back. It's better to get them to do it automatically because you can only do that for 1 player. You do it automatically, then 2 or 3 players are making runs, then you've got a bit of a choice. Long ball. Shit. Strikers do make runs in behind, but then you're sacrificing all the play you can do in the midfield to make it more open for your strikers and your cams to get in behind. I think, personally, fast build-up play is the best. It works well with pacey players, it works well with skillful players, and it works well with the intricate passing. So you can pass, but pass in a diagonal on the way forward. Width. Again, you want to be more compact. I play more compact. So I set it to 4, because I don't play wing play. I don't really play crosses. If I get to the wing, I'm cutting in. I may have just given that away to everyone that's about to play me. And it means then there's more players available in and around the box or outside the box. That means I can pass it through and get a goal that way. I usually only have players in the box at 3, which means you can still get that near post header, but you're also not susceptible to the counter-attack. Corners are set to 2 for the same reason. Scoring off corners, you can still score off your near post. You're still going to have players in the box, but all your players are outside. So if the keeper gets it, he's not kicking it all the way down the field. For you to then concede a goal, it's just pointless. The amount of times that you will score headers off corners, it's not worth it. Same goes for free kicks. If you've got a free kick that you're passing on, there's a tactic you can use, which I will do in a video. I'm digressing. I will do it because I need the views. But you don't need that many people in the box. You want to kind of limit the amount of counter-attacks as possible, because every team you play against is looking for that goalkeeper kick out or the long ball to their striker. And if you're committing so many people into the box for corners, free kicks, crosses, you're going to be susceptible to that. You don't want to do that. You want to stop that. You want to take that out of the game. You want to make them play through you to score. So let's move on to player instructions. Now, this is really important. Very, very, very important. Any formation that I pick, the first thing I do is I change my CDMs and my wingbacks. So the things you need to change on your CDMs: cover centre. You don't want to cover wing. You don't want to spread them out. You've already said that your width, you want to keep your width narrow. Most of the time, you're playing against people, they're 1-2ing it through the middle of the pitch. They don't want to go wide. Because I'm using fast build-up play, I don't put my CDMs as stay back while attacking. I kind of want them to bomb on a little bit. But what I do change to be stay back while attacking is my wingbacks. I think it's better for you defensively. Keep your wingbacks back. Keep your back four, because your pacey players are your wingbacks in your defence. Keep those players back. Then when the goalkeeper plays that long ball to the striker, you've got your wing back there who can cover it. For whatever formation I'm doing, I put stay back while attacking on my wing backs, and I put cover centre on both of my CDMs. Now this is where it can change a little bit. So I've got pacey strikers. So I want to do getting behind. So I want Aubameyang and Aguero to just get in behind every chance they get. So that tells them that don't come deep, don't look for the ball unless I tell you to. Just first instinct, when the cam's got the ball, run. Then you can do the over-the-top ball, you're stretching defenders out, gives you more space with your cams. I think it's the best. If you've got a big striker, then maybe target man or false nine, get him to do a bit of link-up play. But when you've got pacey strikers, which most of you will have, get him behind. It has to be. So if you're finding that your strikers aren't running on the shoulder of the defender, it's probably because you don't have getting behind turned on. So I hope this custom tactics lesson or tips on how to set up your formation has helped you in Ultimate Team. It also works for head-to-head seasons, as I said. If you have used this tactic, let me know if it's worked well for you. If it hasn't, then as I said, you can tweak it, or you can tell me what's going wrong and then I might be able to help you. I will do a how to defend video which goes with this. So I've now set up my formation. I've told my players to do what I want them to do. Now I'll teach you how to defend. If you want me to do more how to play FIFA videos, let me know in the comments below. If there's any other games that you've seen me play that you want to learn how to play, I can do tutorials on that as well. Just let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, subscribe, smash it a like.